Donald Trump's first 100 days in the White House are defining how he'll deal with the rest of the world.
While here in London, the UK is stepping up the formal business of Brexit.
As the new president strives to deliver on his promise to put America first.
Prime Minister Theresa May is setting out a new path for Britain and its relations with Europe.
Join us for the stories shaping our world.
100 Days, tonight, 7 p.m. on the BBC News Channel.
Hello and welcome to 100 Days. The Turkish president blames the Dutch for one of the worst massacres in recent European history.
As the row with the Netherlands intensifies after Turkish ministers were banned from political rallies there, President Erdogan makes this inflammatory claim.
We know the Netherlands and the Dutch people from the Srebrenica massacre. We know how rotten their character is from the massacre of 8,000 Bosnians there.
The Prime Minister of the Netherlands says the comments were a vile misrepresentation. The row looks set to overshadow tomorrow's Dutch election.
The President of Turkey is behaving increasingly more hysterical, hour by hour, and I want him to tone down and to calm down.
In Washington, the Republican plan to replace Obamacare would increase the number of Americans without health cover by 24 million, says a congressional report. In the northeast of America, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania and Virginia have declared states of emergency as a huge winter storm sweeps in. And reliving every parent's nightmare, Professor Robert Kelly tells us what life's been like since this interview and his family went viral.
It's been pretty unreal. We didn't really expect any kind of attention like this at all. We certainly never had anything like this in our life before.
Hello, I'm Katty Kay in Washington. Christian Fraser is in London. Next month, Turkey will hold a referendum on changes to its constitution that would grant Recep Tayyip Erdogan vast new powers. If he wins the vote, the position of Prime Minister would be abolished in favour of a new executive presidency. That would be Mr. Erdogan himself. Polls suggest that Turks are evenly divided on the issue.
To win, Mr. Erdogan might need the support of the millions of Turks who live in countries across Europe and can vote in the referendum. On Sunday, the Dutch government stopped Turkish ministers from campaigning in Rotterdam. German states have taken similar action. In response, Mr. Erdogan labelled the Dutch Nazis and blocked the return of the Dutch ambassador. And now he's gone further still. OK, Neda, for the moment, thank you very much.
In New York. OK, and I just one very quick good news story about this. There's a Democrat and a Republican congressman who got their flights cancelled. Here they are. They're driving together up from Texas to Washington to try and get to one of their votes in time. So there you go, a rare bipartisan story for us. Weather-caused, weather-related.
Well done that, putting the politics aside. You're watching 100 Days from BBC News.
And still to come for viewers on the BBC News Channel and BBC World News, Scotland could get another independence vote, but would the European partners welcome them to the fold in a post-Brexit Britain?
And a leaked recording of US House Speaker Paul Ryan reveals something scathing comments about Donald Trump. What's interesting, though, is the timing of the leak and its source. We'll tell you all about it. That's still to come here on 100 Days from BBC News.
Hello, fine, mild weather for the UK. Clearly that's not making news headlines. What's going on in North America, as we've heard, is that nor'easter storm dumping a lot of snow, particularly inland, away from the immediate east coast in the northeast of the USA, with loads of cold air in place across Canada and the east of the USA, with the jet stream becoming more powerful as that cold air comes out of North America this week. And that means the jet stream takes a more direct track towards the UK, becomes stronger, then our weather at the end of the week becomes much more active, as we'll see. But for Tuesday, it is high pressure we've had with us, and that's the same going into Wednesday as well. So we've had scenes like this today near York, plenty of sunshine with the blossoms doing well, and then in Northern Ireland it's been another lovely day. So this is how it looks going into tonight. In fact, under clearer skies for parts of northern Britain, I think there will be a touch of frost for some of us. Cloud increasing though for Northern Ireland later, a bit damp and drizzly. Those strong winds in northern Scotland easing, the showers becoming confined to the Northern Isles. A mild night further south with plenty of cloud, and what we'll find tomorrow is that the cloud will thicken from the west for Wales, for Western England, for Northern Ireland, a bit damp and drizzly early on, some outbreaks of rain into Western Scotland, early sunshine Eastern Scotland, cloud increasing, and there will still be elsewhere in England and Wales for the afternoon a few brighter breaks, some glimmers of sunshine. In the longer lasting sunny spells, it's going to feel quite warm again. 16, 17 Celsius could be yours. Does look like a rather cloudy story though at Cheltenham as the festival continues, I think particularly on Thursday with the stronger breeze and the temperature coming down a few degrees. Fine Wednesday evening for many of us, though still some outbreaks of rain pushing through northern Scotland. And then looking ahead to Thursday, weather starting to become more active. A weather front working through Scotland and Northern Ireland with some heavy showers and a stronger wind. Plenty of dry but rather cloudy weather ahead of that into much of England and Wales. And then by Friday, there's a stronger weather system coming our way, and that will take rain from northwest to southeast with the wind picking up and the temperatures coming down as well. So things feeling different by the end of this week with that stronger jet stream coming into play, and indeed for the weekend, cooler, wetter and windier by then.
She doesn't want him. She wants Leo.
You can still see her, but it has to be supervised.
You thought it was you I was afraid of. Now it's happened. Not only have I got nothing to lose, I've got no choice. You have just forced me to dedicate every waking moment to you.
The Replacement concludes tonight at 9 on BBC One.
Welcome back to 100 Days. I'm Katty Kay in Washington. Christian Fraser is in London.
A reminder of our top story. The Turkish president steps up his attacks on the Netherlands, accusing the Dutch of having a rotten character and blood on their hands.
And coming up, it's the interrupted interview which went viral. We speak to the family behind the famous video about how they're handling all this global attention.
Well, Katty, the First Minister of Scotland certainly caught the British Prime Minister off guard yesterday with a demand for a second referendum. The Scottish National Party argues the vote should be held between the autumn of 2018 and the spring of 2019 when the shape of Brexit becomes clear.
Right, but the power to offer a referendum rests, of course, with Theresa May. The nations of the UK will leave the EU together, she says, which means that it's highly unlikely that Scotland will need to apply for European membership if the nationalists can win the independence date. That's highly likely.
Yes, let's speak to Richard Corbett. He's a Labour MP and a member of the Committee on Constitutional Affairs within the European Parliament. A very good evening to you. So let's get one thing straight. Would Scotland have to reapply if they get independence, or could they, as Nicola Sturgeon seems to be suggesting, could they just carry on being a member?
It's okay, we still love the Kelly family. Great way to end. That is 100 Days.
We'll be back same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.